if you're gonna go out, you go out on top. That's what happened to Looking Glass. It's always fun to start off a series on a depressing note. It's fun for me, not for you. I don't even know why I would think to do that after the performance of the other Thief series, which generally got about half the views of anything else I put up. But if I did this for the views, this channel would be nothing but Doom videos, and nothing, absolutely nothing in this world gives me more pleasure than blueballing Doom Eternal fanboys. Please like and subscribe to Blueball Doom Eternal fanboy. So Thief 2, The Metal Age is one of the finest video games I've ever had the honor to experience. Killed Looking Glass, not because it sold poorly, but because Looking Glass had some other things they were juggling, and the money didn't quite get to them in time. And so the people who made this masterpiece, this peak of PC gaming, this unmatched achievement in emergent storytelling that has not been bested in over 2 decades, now imagine if they hadn't rushed it out and crunched to meet their deadline in March of 2000. A few months after Thief 2 did pretty good numbers, Paul Neurath, one of the co-founders of the studio, had to go in front of a crowd of his employees and tell people that it was over. Their publisher, Eidos, had put $2.5 million into Thief 2, and the day before Looking Glass shut down, Eidos released a game they'd put $30 million into.
Can't leave without my buddy Superfly.
They didn't have much choice in the matter, and honestly, you can only tell that they were rushing in like 2 missions. And we're not looking at those today, so...
I've always equated feelings with getting caught. They both get in the way of my money.
It's like Garrett never left us.
An old associate of mine, Basso, the box man, wants to marry Lady Rumford's chambermaid, Genevieve.
Remember Basso? We nearly drowned him getting him out of Crag's Cleft. He was the arsonist. I'm more interested in what happened to his sister, but the game doesn't tell me.
Guess prison life spoiled his taste for thievery.
Okay, but what about the arson?
Too bad for Basso that Lady Rumford has other plans. Marriage would void Genevieve's indentured service contract, so Rumford is keeping her confined in the estate with the rest of her worldly possessions. I make it a policy never to take a job so sentimental, but the Rumford Manor could be a lucrative opportunity for a man like me. It would also mean that Basso would owe me a favor.
Always playing the angles, my man Garrett stealing and doing crime till he's forced into saving the world? Okay, that was one time. It's not like it's gonna happen to the same guy twice. Simple enough, clear a path for Basso to get his girl, rob the place, don't kill anyone, and knock out at least 8 guards, like you even had to ask.
Sprung the lock on the side door for you, Garrett. It's the only good way in.
This screams first mission, and also this fan patch adds bloom that I don't want. But that's okay, I'll deal. We're in, I'm already stealing their cheese and coins. I'm a little wary of the 200 in gems requirement. I'm not really cool with all the machines and electric lights, that makes my job a lot harder.
Oh, damn torches. Always sputtering out.
Oh god, the guards notice torches going out. They don't do anything about it because this isn't Thief 3, but it's still unnerving that the AI has the appearance of thought.
Well, don't just make tap over it. Light it up!
I lost my tinderbox.
Oh yeah, great excuse.
Why don't you do it?
I ain't the one that's complaining, am I now?
Both of you shut up. You may pick up a ton of flares, which are new items that can light torches or explosives. I don't think I've ever used one because something that makes you more visible in this game is like bringing your own seasoning to the Sawyer family barbecue. I'm not even worried about Genevieve, meaning the loot requirement in this level is the hardest part. You could complete the mission in 5 minutes if you didn't have to go upstairs, around the whole mansion, stealing everything that isn't nailed down, including raw materials that someone's hiding near this gear shrine, which is... odd. Probably nothing to worry about. What would a wedding be without rings? Get 2 for Basso and Genevieve. I was gonna steal those and fence them, Garrett, you know, to make rent, to pay your landlord. You've gone soft. A lot of quiet-ish wooden floors for sneaking. I can't knock out all the guards easily. There are a few that cause me some trouble. One that's patrolling the yard who doesn't notice when I sack 2 of his friends and drag them back inside. No, I already have cheese. I need gold. This guard is safe from the blackjack only because he's walking on the loudest surface in the map and I don't have any moss arrows. And another patrolling the dining room. In order to properly rob this place, you need a key. Garrett lost his lockpicks for this mission, and only for this mission. This is my favorite part, though. steal a few more trinkets and...
Well, that's her door. Guess Basso can open it. He's not much of a sneak, but he can sure handle a lock.
Yeah, I'd be able to open it too if I brought my lockpicks. I could have carried her out of here, Basso. I broke you out of fucking prison, Basso. A prison with zombies.
Basso!
Shh, come with me.
Yeah, there's still 3 conscious guards in this building. You owe me, Basso. You better not die in a predictable fire or something before being able to get me back for it, or give me your sister's number, or maybe just her cash app. I hope you're both very happy together.
Business has been kind of slow these days, thanks to Sheriff Gorman Truart. He's been coming down hard on my competition and anyone else he deems unlawful.
Yeah, since when is it a crime to break into people's mansions, assault their staff, steal their valuables, and rub your balls on their pillow?
I've been playing it safe by keeping a low profile, but as my landlord recently reminded me, the rent is late.
Uh-huh.
He says he's going to pay me a visit tomorrow to collect.
Uh-huh.
So I'll have to go amateur for some quick cash. The warehouses by the docks should fit the bill. Wasn't that long ago that I was planning on my retirement. Now the only thing that's getting retired is my standards. If things get any worse, I'll have to go back to picking pockets in the streets.
Yeah, Sheriff Truart, what are you doing going after me? Arrest the landlords. They're the real thieves. Look how much I have to steal to make rent. $850 for rent and other expenses. So less than $850. For an apartment in the city, is it rent controlled? Do they allow pets? This is actually one of the best missions in the game. It's huge, open, the objectives are pretty fun, and once you clear out the guards and civilians, you basically got the run of the place. About that, though, I'm pretty sure I alerted some of the guards with my noise getting off these shipping containers.
This is your last chance. Step out here. I won't hurt you. Don't hurt me.
That's almost every guard on this side of the building. You guys remember that time Garrett lost an eye and got it replaced? Well, this new eye is cool. It doesn't have night vision, but it does zoom.
Put your finger up. Can't a guy nap around here?
Absolutely. There are 2 main buildings, and the first one is surrounded by a loud metal catwalk that might as well be a death trap. Don't even look at it funny. Let the guards come to you, knock them out, and throw them down the garbage chute. It doesn't kill him. Immediately. I don't know why I do the spice objective first, it just happens. And here we run into our first metal face. Get used to those. See, technology has leaped forward a bit since the last game. Not in the game itself, since everybody still talks without moving their mouths, but in-universe there's a new player in town.
You mean the mechanists, right?
Speak not that accursed name to me. They follow not the way of the Master Builder, but a false prophet who twists holy scripture to his own selfish desire.
I've been hearing a lot about them lately. Don't know what to think of them yet, but seems like they've got plans to improve the city.
Yeah, they were saying something about building a monorail. There was a whole song about it. That's not important and it doesn't involve me. These security systems they've started putting everywhere do. Not this one. This one has an off switch. But if it wasn't hilariously easy to disable, I'd have to avoid its line of sight or else the alarm would go off. According to this journal in a secret room behind a bookcase, the mechanists have been really profitable for the warehouse, which means they're really profitable for people robbing the warehouse, and maybe they keep creepy machines in boxes and make a lot of noise, so what, gotta pay my rent? I'm not only stealing from the warehouse and the mechanist, but also the smugglers using the warehouse to transport valuable spices in locked containers. There are more keys to juggle in this level than the overlooked hotel with all the different factions who need to hide stuff. The smugglers are the most secretive, and their ship is docked out back with only one person guarding it.
That looks like Captain Davidson's cargo ship. He's a shady guy, smuggling and piracy.
Yeah, smuggling, piracy, and spiders. 2 loot-filled chests behind tapestries, plus a secret crate that opens if I tip his telescope or spin his wheel. I've always done both, so I'm not sure which one it is. And we're only halfway through this mission. The main attraction is using codes to open all the storage areas that have been rented out by different people. I've got to swap a shipping tag on a crate with one I find in an office to redirect the crate to my fence, which is cool and all, but way less interesting than the rest of them. First up is the man making lenses for the mechanist. That's lucrative. Next is the man running an illegal casino who has a pair of golden dice hidden in his safe. Hit Lord Porter's fine art for some statues. Grab the shipping label from Bramrich's office and place it onto the crate in the Gilchrist Company's warehouse. We're having some money problems. That sucks. That's about to get worse. I'll take all this treasure and the gem you've got hidden in your office. Code 451 does nothing. How disappointing. T.M. Blackheart is some kind of recording artist, a thing I didn't think could exist, but guess what? The mechanist found a way to record sound. Meinl Steaks.
Meinl makes the best steaks in the entire city. His recipes may catch me a pretty penny.
Oh, no.
Ew. So that's Meinl's secret ingredient.
The Hammerites, the dicks. I actually have to work to get into their place.
Stop this villain! Someone!
You know what they have? Hammers. Last stop is the mechanist workshop, then we stroll out like nothing ever happened, pay our rent, and live happily ever after.
Last night, an unusual opportunity knocked on my door. Naturally, I was a little suspicious, but my visitor said the job was too sensitive to go through the usual channels. The job is to break into Shoalsgate Station, headquarters of the City Watch, and quietly frame a certain Lieutenant Hagen for robbing the evidence vault.
And that's my job.
Hagen is Sheriff Truart's number 2 man, and has no doubt made life difficult for someone he shouldn't have.
Yeah, me. Let's go. Break into a police station. What could go wrong? Okay, don't set off the alarm because the mechanist installed one, because they suck. Sure. The frame won't stick if the City Watch suspects you were involved. Don't knock out or kill anyone. Fuck right off. This mission isn't nearly as hard as I remember it being. Basically, you have to grab a handkerchief from Hagen's office, plant it in the vault, steal the strongbox from the vault, and then put that in Hagen's office. Hagen's office is on the 2nd floor and the vault is on the 3rd, but it's not going to be that easy. It's still pretty easy. You wouldn't even need to go to the 1st floor if there wasn't an extremely contrived single staircase leading to the records hall that has the code for the vault. There's a lot of quiet floors, carpets even, a lot of darkness. I robbed the bar across the street first because I can, because this game is awesome. Take the sewer in. Avoid Benny.
Don't like seeing things I don't know about.
I don't even know what that means. Keep walking, Benny.
At least it's better than sitting watch for the downwinders.
Damn right. No smell of sewage, no mildew, fewer rats.
You ever wonder why Truart hired us?
Not really. Probably figured we'd spend less time breaking the law since we'd be enforcing it. Gold is gold. Don't matter if it's coming from Reuben or Sheriff Truart.
Oh, God. It's a good thing I can't knock these guys out. I've already knocked them out in the last game. Benny over here was in the Thieves Guild, and the other guy was in Reuben's mansion. I've hurt them enough, for the moment. Although staffing the cops with people I've burned before who might also have traumatic brain injuries, Benny, might not be the best plan. Vice's records tell me that Truart is a patron of the erotic arts. The schedule in Truart's office tells me he spends 2 bells at that brothel. I tell you, my 2 bells feel spent after a trip to the brothel, too. The most tense parts of this level are picking the locks to these office doors while the patrolling officers are looking the other way. Besides that, well, once you're in Truart's office, you'll notice a secret passage that'll take you down to the first floor again, which happens to be near the front desk.
Thy sheriff did insist that all information for thy security systems be left in the care of Lieutenant Hagen. Instructions are locked in thy secure records area.
That's our first Mechanist sighting. He's already being more helpful than any of the goddamn Hammerites. Let me just turn off the vault cameras. There we go.
Come into the light so that I might see thee.
No.
All is quiet once more. Thanks be to Karras.
Karras? You mean Father Karras, the dude who did the exorcism on the McNeil kid? I don't remember that going well. I can't seem to pick the lock to the armory, but I can visit the shooting range and hit a target that opens a secret wall to the armory, which doesn't seem in any way safe. I don't know what the cops are doing with an invisibility potion. It's mine now. Okay, lure the guard away from the records door, grab the vault code, take yet another secret passage out, open the vault, walk past the disabled camera, open the vault again, drop the hanky, take the box, go back to Hagen's office, drop the box, leave through the sewer.
What mischief's this? Show thyself!
Are you fucking kidding me? He came down here? Why? Why is he down here?
Karras will hold, thief! Thine escape is foiled.
Well, it gives me an opportunity to show off some of the new Thief 2 items. You can toss a scouting orb as a remote camera because magic, but not actually magic. And I could probably sneak past this guy if I really, really wanted to, but I find his placement cheap and dirty, so we're gonna end this episode by doing something very unthief, very cheap and a little dirty.
Is that thou, friend?
No, bitch, it's a ghost.